Okay, now we're gonna do 2 channels overlaid on a Brightfield image. You could also use the same process for just 2 channels because 2 fluorescence channels are gonna overlay automatically. Any 2 or any 3 combined will overlay automatically. It's only that Brightfield channel that requires us to go and do that secondary processing step up at the top when we go into processing. Okay, so we're at the top here, and the software opens to this again, as we said, the single channel per snap. But I'm going to go to the red and green, or green and red here. Okay, and so you can see that it's already checked green and red down here. And what we'll do is go to each channel. So I'll start with GFP, and because we were on it last time. And what I'm gonna do is turn this all the way back up again. And then I'm gonna go to the exposure. Oh, hopefully you can see this, I'm sorry. I gotta angle it down more. Or here, I'll just do this. Okay, so, sorry, I was turning the intensity of the lamp house up, where you can use the controller as well, and then go to the exposure until you can see what you need to see for your GFP. There it is. And then now I'm going to go to the M cherry, and it's going to prompt me to move to the M cherry on the microscope itself. So I have to go over here and move it to the microscope, to the red, which excites green, of course. And then I hit OK on that. And now I make my adjustments down here. Let me turn this stand. Okay, there we go. So now I'll make my adjustments here. The intensity on the lamp is all the way up, so I'm just gonna keep going until, there we go, we can see our red pretty nicely, and that's good enough. And again, you can adjust the histogram if you want. You can do all the exposure, gamma, gain, any adjustments you want to make it pretty. I'm just doing it quick for the video. And now those 2 channels are set. So now I'm gonna go up to the top and hit snap. And it's gonna say, go to your GFP. I think it does them in order of the screen here. So it's doing the GFP first. So I want to go back to my GFP, and you could have done this previously too. You might have to manually push the button on the controller to open the shutter on the fluorescence. So I did that, and so my fluorescence is here. I moved over to the GFP. I can see it on the stage, and now I'm gonna say OK, and it's gonna take that picture. Don't worry about what you see on the screen at this point. And then now it's saying to go to the red channel. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna actually turn my light back on because it went off again. And I'm gonna go to the red channel, which is, it shows up green on the stage. Okay, so I see it there. And now I'm gonna say okay. And it's gonna take that. And then you'll see if all goes well, it should be making the overlay. And I don't know if it did or not. Let's see here. Live. Yes, it did do it. I'm sorry. So here it is. So it was the last image in the list on the top, obviously, and then also the last image down here on the right side. So there's your overlay, and you can see the 2 channels. There's your, if you use these buttons down at the bottom here, turn off the red, turn off the green, overlay them. And so what's cool now is that you can take the next step now and overlay this image onto your Brightfield image. So I can go back over to here and now select my, I can unselect those as long as you don't save anything here in the configuration. I can turn those off. I can go to Brightfield and hit that like that. And now I can turn my Brightfield light on and make sure that so I turn the switch on back here, lights on the stage, and I'll move it to the diascopic position, the very first one. But really you can image through the fluorescent cubes and it's not gonna matter because this is a monochrome camera. And so let's go live again. And you see it's way bright. So I'm gonna turn that down on the exposure until it looks like something I'd want for my background image. Overlay on, and then I just hit snap. And so it only snaps whatever's checked on this boxes. So it's only doing the Brightfield. And so that's my number 37. If I look up here now, I'll say stop live. And up here I can say number 37 is the Brightfield. Number 30, hold on a sec. Cancel. It almost closed it. Number 36 is my overlay of red and green. And so what I'm gonna do now is go to this processing tab again and go down to the bottom, make sure I'm on add channels. Down to the bottom, it already has that one selected, and then I want number 37. It's number snap 36, I want snap 37 on this one. And there we go. And then you go up to the top again and hit apply. And there's your overlay of the red, green, and overlaid onto a Brightfield image. And you can see at the bottom here that you've got all of them on there. So I can uncheck the green and then make adjustments to my histogram. For those, I can get rid of the background Brightfield image. You can do whatever you want here. Uncheck the red and only have green. So it's pretty cool for your co-localization and everything of where the fluorescence signals are overlaying on your sample.